We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. This right here is not even just a failure of the government. Okay. This right here is a uniquely American problem. American individualism and American exceptionalism. So cute, my little Hasanito. There was another aspect of this that I wanted to bring up, and that is the real truth. Now, obviously, I spent the last 4 hours covering this in the gayest way possible, which is by listening to experts, scientists, people that told you to vaccinate yourself and become autistic and homosexual. Now, let's actually take a look at the real truth of what's happening, both in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene and this upcoming hurricane, and what the actual reasons are. It's time for some hogwash. We had a meeting with parties and all parties involved at the site and established that it was a no-fly, no-drop zone hours before, and it sent crews to resupply helos in another area. This was not one of our helos. It was a black attack helicopter there to destroy the supplies. They flew in and hovered around for a bit, looking like they wanted to land despite our no signals telling them no. Then they dipped down and performed a rotor wash, which seemed deliberate, then flew off, destroying a lot of the staging area and harming the people directly below them in the staging area. I was conducting a canine security sweep across the parking lot. You know this is not a cop. This is like a volunteering security guard, okay? This helo was unmarked, and we were able to zoom in and see masked persons. Who flies unmarked helos like this? Special forces or private contractor? Local PD came in, and we've been trying to find / track their flight info to find out who they are and where they flew it from. Nothing. They're ghosts. "40 minutes prior to this, 2 unmarked black SUVs running blue lights rolled in, circled around, and immediately left." So, some people are going to say this is undiagnosed schizophrenia. Those people are right. They're correct. I have no answer to that. Okay. If you were to say, "Hello, madam, you are experiencing undiagnosed, unmedicated schizophrenia," I have no answer for this. Okay. I just don't understand it. I do not understand it. It's like when you don't know why certain things happen in normal circumstances, when something that you don't fully understand happens, like your immediate fucking response to it, something world changing is afoot. And every involved party that I don't fully understand, I am going to ascribe negative intentions to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to ascribe murderous intent. That's a weird way to fucking live. Okay? Like when I see things that I don't fully comprehend, and there are plenty that I don't fully comprehend. I'm not the smartest fucking person, not the brightest crayon, you know? I don't immediately go, "Oh, this thing is trying to kill me in a secret way, in a secret, convoluted way. It's trying to kill me because I'm the main character." I always think, well, there's probably some alternative, very logical reason for what I just experienced. And I feel like for a lot of people, they just don't have that part of their brain. Like, I genuinely don't think they ever look at the situation like that. Like the NOAA airplane flying directly to the eye of the storm is a perfect example of this. We covered it yesterday with that TikTok conspiracist who was like, why is the like government airplane flying directly into the eye of the storm? Now, we know why. We've covered it a lot on this broadcast, but there was a point in time when I didn't know, you know? You're not born with like this information. But before I found out, by examining and learning why this unique thing happens where planes fly directly into fucking the eye of the storm, I Googled it because I was curious. Okay? And the answer was pretty simple. That is how they track the impact and the trajectory of hurricanes in order to make the proper evacuation orders. Okay? That's it. This is her OG vid. This afternoon, unmarked military-style helo flies into local distribution area and rotor washes, destroys supplies in Burnsville, North Carolina. This has 354,000 likes, dude.
What the fuck, dude?
Wow, they really fucked up, dude. They clearly wanted to destroy all the supplies, but all they did was basically hover over it, and they weren't able to. Now, understand, this is a very common aspect of conspiracy theorists. That's why, by the way, the Iranian attack, the Iranian retaliation against Israel was a failure overall, is also in that exact same vein of conspiracy theory. Why? Like, you think this guy that wanted to fucking destroy all of the supplies doesn't have the capability of doing so? Like, he wanted to do this secret thing, right? This, like, weird, unique thing. He wanted to destroy hurricane relief supplies. And he just failed to do so, just like Iran wanted to kill Israeli civilians, but failed to do so by foolishly striking military targets. Like, is that what you think is going on? What the fuck? Yeah, it's happening all across North Carolina. Also, there's no way that it's not actually fucking. There is no way that it's actually not a fucking tracked flight, okay? I'm sure that there was a tracked. I'm sure that this was fucking tracked, the flight itself. She said the Black Hawk wasn't on the radar, just a lie. It was marked. Unfortunately, the lack of situational awareness by the pilot and uninformed observers on the ground made this video become sensationalized. Tell me you're an invalid? Okay, well, let's not be ableist. Yeah. So, what is more likely in this situation is not that, like, these guys were deliberately trying to fucking destroy supplies, okay? But instead, it's a difficult fucking area. It's a difficult area to maneuver, okay? You are giving me your counter to this is by sending me Conspiracy Gardener Homestead at Days of Noah Gen 6. Dog, these guys are operating on domestic soil in relief efforts. I would consider incompetence to be the first reason for why things like this happen, especially when there aren't, you know, given that we're talking about like a hurricane impacted area, there probably aren't great places that you can land your fucking helicopter. My immediate suspicion is like it's most likely incompetence and not necessarily malicious, like weird secret conspiracies. Okay? It was the National Guard helicopter. Is aware of an incident involving the NCNG UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter doing delivery of generators at the request of a local civilian organization to power their distribution outpost in western North Carolina. While attempting to land, rotor wash caused items to blow away from the local distribution set up by a group of civilians in the area. The crew immediately identified the situation, aborted the landing for safety reasons, and departed the area. Oh, there you go. It turns out it was the actual fucking National Guard probably going to the designated area to drop the fucking generators that civilians needed. But, and by the way, this actually dovetails into another conspiracy theory that I'm going to get to, which is when FEMA tells people not to come to impact areas. This has been another reason why people are like so conspiratorial. They're like, we want to send supplies in, but they won't let us into these impact zones. What's going on? Yeah, dumbass, because they don't want you to be the next victim that they have to take care of. That's the reason. This right here, civilian staging areas that are disorganized is quite literally the fucking reason why they tell you only work with FEMA. That's it. You build a fucking civilian staging area on your own if it's not previously sanctioned, and there's not a lot of fucking areas where you can land a helicopter that's carrying a bunch of fucking generators. I suspect things like this happen. Can you show the paper trail of the generators you were delivering? It's crazy. That's what they want you to think. But seriously, all hogs are basically Dale Gribble now. No, literally, this is what's fucking going on. This is classic. Oh, I was just trying to help in a complete skirt around accountability. I doubt that they were deliberately trying to fucking destroy civilian supplies, brother. What are you talking about? There are limited areas where you can land a fucking multi-million-dollar helicopter in the midst of a goddamn hurricane impact zone. This is classic. Oh, I was just trying to help. Oh, you're talking about the hogs. Oh, I thought you were talking about the North Carolina National Guard. Like, these are people that are trying to do their very best, okay? These are people that are trying to do their very best. Former emergency manager here. This is so real preach. Yeah, especially when, like, this is when these fucking organizations are supposed to work, okay? And their job is very difficult. Their job is unimaginably complicated. The logistics of such an endeavor is also unimaginably complicated. Bringing in civilians unironically fucks up the relief efforts because you're fucking up the supply chain and you're putting your life at risk. You could literally be the next person that they now have to deal with in terms of recovery. That's why they tell you, don't go into the fucking hurricane zone. Do not go into the impact area. Work with previously ordained and sanctioned organizations on the ground by giving them the supplies or giving them the money. Okay? It is very, very, very stupid. And what's unimaginably stupid on top of everything else is that these guys literally do it anyway. And then when this shit happens, they go, see? The military's trying to destroy. Why is the FEMA at war with us? That's a great example. It's like trying to clear rooms with cops, dude. Yeah. Don't worry, officer. I've logged countless hours on Arma. I can do this. I can tactically ascertain and clear these rooms with you, sir. I brought my own service weapon. Oh, the first video is a military Chinook-style helicopter with rotor wash and another relief station blowing away aid, injuring 3 people and causing 100K in damages to people's cars and campers. This is absolutely disgusting behavior, and worst part being perpetuated by the very people in government. Why is FEMA at war with us? What? I'm not even seeing what he's claiming. What is happening? Oh no, he's rotor washing us. Wait, that's it? Okay, the first video doesn't even fucking show what he claims is happening. Helicopters is how they create the hurricanes in the first place, all funded by the government. That's right. FEMA's doing hurricanes themselves. FEMA sounds a lot like female, if you know what I'm saying, brother. I had a bitch ass ex-wife, Deborah. She was a real hurricane, that one. I'll tell you what. You get that goddamn Chinook out of here, boy. You busted out the chrome caps of my Ford F-450 lifted pickup truck that I brought to this goddamn grocery store so I could help the goddamn people dying. Stop doing your gender woke nonsense, FEMA. God damn, dude. First bullet point in a news release from Representative Chuck Edwards of North Carolina, whose district includes the Asheville area hit hard by Hurricane Helene. Hurricane Helene was not geoengineered by the government to seize and access lithium deposits in Chimney Rock. We are so fucking cooked, dude. We are so... Dude, make homeschooling illegal now. Make private schools illegal. Stop, shutter every charter school, fund the public schools immediately, Chinese style, okay? We're done. If we do not change trajectory on this, America is not going to be all that different from like, remember when I talked to you about Israel that is going to inevitably turn into a fucking nation of like inbred Haredi, like uneducated people that have an access to a nuclear arsenal? It's just going to be a country of Itamar Ben-Gvirs, basically. That's America too, man. We are actively making the population dumber, dude. Holy shit. When I see stuff like this, I'm like, re-education camps are not a bad idea, okay? It is probably the only thing that will save this country. It's not the effects of lead poisoning. Oh, yeah, this is the one. This is the fucking dumbass TikTok that I watched yesterday. Oh, my God. People think everything's a conspiracy theory. Sometimes it's not, okay? Sometimes you just don't have access to the information. Like at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, don't fucking run around being like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Just fucking subscribe, okay? Subscribe for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Watch the third video. The guy who recorded the heli vid is from Ohio and staying there because he thinks it's some fucking conspiracy. I'm gonna die, dude. We have the dumbest people leading this this discourse right now. Oh my Lord, what the fuck are we doing, bro? What are we doing? What are we fucking doing, bro? What are we doing? Oh my God, stop, brother. Stop.
I've never seen this type of flight pattern. Now, obviously, we know that it's there for the hurricane, which in less than 30 hours will become officially a category.
Like, there's nothing funnier than pointing to the fucking NOAA aircraft that is in the eye of the hurricane, and then immediately following through on the data that it's gathering. Like, you're using the data that it's fucking gathering in the same argument while you claim that it's doing something spooky. It's not. It's not doing something spooky. It is there specifically so you can point to this data in front of you. Okay? That's how they figure it out. So much of these conspiracies on TikTok nowadays is simply just pointing to things that work, pointing to normal things that work, but not understanding how it works and assuming that there is some cynical, scary purpose for it. What the fuck? Sometimes it's good to just sit back and say, honestly, I don't know what this is. And I'm not going to immediately assume that there is some scary thing happening.
Category 4 with 140 mile per hour winds. And then 12 hours from...
I can't do it.
Okay, good morning, y'all. This video is getting a great response of the helicopter destroying the landing zone in Spruce Pine, North Carolina. That was one of the hardest hit area. Low population and almost completely knocked off the map, but please share it, okay? We gotta share it, we gotta get it out. We've got to expose the truth, man. We've got to let people know that what we're up against, okay? It's gonna take us as a community, and I'm from Ohio, okay? But I'm here, I'm one of y'all now. I don't wanna leave, I'm supposed to go back to Ohio today, but there's no way I can go back in light of the recent situation. We gotta get it out there, y'all. I'm a North Kakalaki now, all right? Y'all stuck with me, so please, all my Ohio fam, all my Texas fam, Michigan fam, expose them, all right? Let them know, okay? I'm gonna be out in the city.
He got one fucking...
Look what they did. Look what they did. Look what that helicopter did.
You got hogs stockpiling paper towels in designated FEMA landing zones. Good God, this nation is cooked. Yes. It's also very funny because I suspect, now I don't know, I suspect that they decided this is a good area to stockpile like toilet paper and shit like that. It's most likely people that are uncoordinated and are not affiliated with the actual fucking relief efforts. And they're just going, oh, I saw helicopters land here. Let's put the fucking toilet paper there. I'm good-natured. Okay? People just personally thinking that they're helping out and then confused as to why their help is actually harming the recovery and relief efforts. This is why they tell flights to not fly over the fucking damaged area. This is why they tell people not to go to the impact zone, even if they are well-intentioned. But people think that is also a conspiracy!
Why did they do that? That helicopter just came around here and kicked up everything. Now he's out. Did they just do that on purpose?
Yeah, dude, they really wanted to fly fucking toilet paper around to show you goddamn North Carolinians what's what. That's what the government's doing.
Wow, that was crazy. Brother, I got...
We can't always just fully depend on the government in the wake of disasters. I'm surprised to hear you criticizing mutual aid efforts. dude, I'm not simply criticizing mutual aid efforts. I'm showing you how mutual aid goes wrong in the instance of a motherfucking hurricane. Oh my God. I hate you anarchists so much. Hurricane relief and recovery efforts require a shit ton of pre-planning, organizing, and a chain of command, a clear-cut chain of command. Areas where you can actually land, because there's limited safe zones that you can actually land your fucking helicopters, for example. Helicopters that are carrying generators, as a matter of fact. Shut the fuck up. There's a conspiratorial reason for anything they're confronted with is sort of narcissism. Yeah, it's so stupid. It's so funny because mutual aid, like food banks and things like that, do happen in times of need. You just have to coordinate with the fucking actual people that are managing the relief. When you don't do that, this is what happens. Oh my God. Like, how fucking crazy. They're trying to provoke people into shooting at them, and they're videoing it. And after these two incidents, you know, people are considering it. Then what happens? Martial law. Politicians get to demand gun control, bypass the Constitution, and eminent domain in the area. I'm done, dude. I'm done. People are too goddamn stupid, brother. Our brightest minds are also educating Instagram. What? Geoengineering? Oh my God. Oh my God. I was part of the FEMA directed disaster relief work after 2017 Harvey. Logistics of setting up FOBs and getting supplies in are so complicated, and people often don't think about the less evident risks like mold and other hazards without proper training and equipment. Going through the proper channels also helps keep track of what areas and, more importantly, what people still need help. Yeah. But why the hell would I ever believe you? Why the hell would I ever believe you? You work for FEMA death camps, brother. If you are not boots in the ground and risking your safety to help those in need despite efforts of people like this trying to thwart our mission, you don't get to say what is a lie. I think you should be in prison. I can't begin to explain to you how much I want you to be in prison. I think you should be under the prison. I think we should substitute the current prisoners in the Tampa Correctional Facility that are probably going to fucking die because it's directly in the pathway of the goddamn hurricane with this person and people exactly like this person. Okay? I can smell the annoying narcissistic Deborah from this fucking, just this snapshot of the tweet itself. Okay? You know exactly what this fucking freak is. You know exactly what this freak is. You know a freak like this. You've met a freak like this. You hate freaks like this. Okay? It's the classic, like, I'm here risking my life. How dare you, big government, come in and fuck up my efforts? It is so goddamn annoying, dude. There's, oh my God, America is filled to the fucking brim with freaks like this.
So we're gonna ask Alexa once again. Alexa.
Okay, before I get to this, let's finish this fucking video. This is being investigated and we're trying to find out who this was and why. Hey, dumbass. It was the North Carolina National Guard. And you are a fucking idiot. You're not helping. I hate this shit, dude. It is so incredibly selfish. Like, she's not there to fucking help people, okay? There's some people who are good-natured, kind, want to help others, and maybe they just like drop supplies in an area because they saw other people drop supplies there and they shouldn't have put those supplies there, but they didn't know. This person, on the other hand, brought her fucking canine there, okay? Probably is like a security person at a mall, but isn't even actually trained, she has not trained her fucking dog to do like bomb sniffing or anything like that. But she's just over there. She's just over there running around with her fucking dog being like, I'm doing canine patrol. Canine trainer and handler, veteran, horse girl, freak. What is this? Part 1, meeting with the Christian Rangers.
Go that way. You can't take Bowman's Creek Road during the day, but at 6 o'clock they're stopping, so then they're opening it up at night. That's what we got through last night.
Oh my God. They're trying to fucking, they're literally like, we're not coordinating with FEMA. We're going to wait until they're not working so we can keep doing our sovereign citizen shit.
Last night. When we came back today, we found out it was closed, so we had to, it takes an hour and a half, but I think it took us like 2 hours to get around. You got to go over a big mountain, and it's stupid scary. So while we were there, we went down there to pull security for the Pensacola Fire Department. They had 2 different sites.
They asked us to be there.
Yeah. They had 2 different sites, one on each side of the town, which was destroyed. We were making runs back and forth with 4-wheelers. They did have Starlink at both sites initially, so we could communicate to here and with each other, but that got shut down. Through the night, we had people get arrested, so we were active security. We were trying to keep looters out. We were chasing looters out in the middle of the night.
So they had a cop. They had a cop on site doing the
We did
arrest.
have some sheriff. Yeah, the sheriffs were doing the arrest.
I can cover that once we're done.
What?
The intent for them was to move everything at the fire department because it was so full of supplies over to the other site where we were at, which is about a 5-acre chained-in fence. And then it just never happened. People started showing up. Nobody knew what was going on. We were just...
So people dropped fucking supplies in an area and then other people wanted to go and get it and you're just considering them looters? Like, what's going on here? Just casually admitting to vigilantism? Yes, of course. This is like a vigilante group. Like, this is crazy.
...pulling security at that point. We got the National Guard down there. They were really helpful in facilitating unloading supplies and moving stuff around. A tent showed up, and then it just died. One of my trips back over to the fire department, I was like, I thought we were getting ready to move, and they were still setting stuff up. So at some point, I'm not going to comment on what FEMA did or didn't do, but it got stalled, and that's when we did.
We arrived in Burnsville, North Carolina today after a long time of running from areas that FEMA had went in and stopped operations. I called it, by the way. This is precisely what I was talking about. Yeah. Upon arriving and asking where I could help with my canines, they said their teams were on the way back to the staging area because FEMA had essentially came in and started pulling their BS. The Christian Rangers are providing assistance via armed security delivering A applies, SAR, etc. I joined up with them and attended their afternoon meeting to see where we can assist and what went down to die while they were out in Pensacola, North Carolina. I love that they're like operating outside of the bounds of FEMA. Like they're like, we are going to help you and secure these supplies by shooting black teenagers, whether FEMA tries to stop us or not. Like, dude, when FEMA tells you, like, don't come here, okay, you are risking our operations, you should listen. They are the professionals. Why do you think you know more than the fucking professionals? Do they have the capacity to get things wrong? Absolutely. But it is psychotic where you're like, no, you don't understand. I train canines on TikTok, okay? So I have to be here.
Here, they had to go back to Asheville or something like that, right? They have no, they're not even allowed to have guns. They're not even on order right now, right? And they requested us to secure them, right? So that's an ongoing thing. We've been doing it for 2 days now. We're going to continue to do it. That's the right thing to do, okay? I don't have a current mission to do that right now because they're on their way back, but I will, that's what we're going to do. We're going to help those guys, okay? In addition to that, we're supporting the EMA, right? And that's the coordinations I have daily. Following this, I got to go back over there. So we are acting on behalf of the sheriff and the fire chief, right? So we can do our thing. We're free civilians, right? But we are trying to tie this in to the populace because that's our whole mission here is to help the populace. The feds, fuck them, okay? We're integrating with medical facilities, right? When needed. We have a lot of medical expertise here, and I want to flex you guys to be able to do that.
Like, the funniest part about this is that mutual aid on leftist circles works in the exact opposite way as this. There's a command structure, there's protest captains, there's organizers that you interact with, there's EMSs and things of that nature. And the only reason why such a necessity exists is because, well, obviously it's not a fucking hurricane, right? It's usually a protest. And the government is not going to help you in that situation. This is the exact opposite situation. The government is there to help. You are standing in the way of the government helping. If somehow anti-fascist protests left with like the police protecting the anti-fascists and not the fascists, and then also EMTs and EMS immediately being like, oh, let's take care of you. Did you get pepper sprayed? Whatever. Like, if that's the way it was, then there would be no need for fucking EMS and things like that, like protest medics and shit like that in anti-fascist protests. These guys are just LARPing.
To help where needed. If you have medical expertise, I can tie you in to do a job. Whether that's getting up in the mountains and providing field care, or that's working in the tactical centers for med care, doing triage, whatever, I can tie you in, okay? That's a prime opportunity to get information, right? Hey, what's going on? How are the people doing? Where are you located?
Wait, what? Sir, if these local authorities are coordinating with you, you don't need to do information extraction missions. They should be telling you that, right? Very confusing. He's like, the local law enforcement want us there. And then also he's like, and that's why we need to do espionage tactics and tactically ascertain the primary knowledge in this circumstance to make sure that we can be of best help in times of need. Why the fuck are they carrying guns? Because this is the United States of America. These people are just trying to help out. Hasan, you're being mean. No, the fuck I'm not. Shut up. I know you're memeing, but it doesn't matter. It's pissing me off. There is functionally no difference between this and your mom and I experimenting with BDSM. The only difference is your mom loves it when I put a fucking ball gag on her. These guys are actually harming the hurricane relief efforts. Okay? It's both LARPing. Me and your mom, we're LARPing. Okay? When I put the ball gag on her. They're LARPing too. Problem is, their LARPing is actually harmful.
Who needs help, right? Every interaction we have with the populace, right? We need to be getting information, always be casing, okay? So you're talking to these people, I want you to find out what's going on, who they know, where they're at, and what they need, okay? Because that drives missions, right? I'm driving the ship in there, but I can't drive the ship if I don't know the coordinates and where I'm supposed to go. Is that fair? So always try to be getting information, right? Logistics is a big key to all this, right? Because it's the fuel, it's the food that's feeding us, it's everything, right? So you can see the logistical capacity here, right? We need to secure that. Bottom line, like everybody's coming off meth right now and whatever, they're pilfering this whole area. So I need somebody following this, whoever it may be, to go integrate with Steven's team over there and ask what they need from us, right? If we can help them out in that regard, because by dark time tonight,
Torturing the FEMA worker, my Christian nationalist militia Torturing the FEMA worker, my Christian nationalist militia captures to find out where the toilet paper is. Yeah. You don't understand. We're doing this. We're doing this to help you, you scumbag. You want to kill these North Carolinians. We want to save them. Fuck you, all right? How dare you? Kyle.
it's going to be a shitstorm. Like, more people come down off meth or whatever's going on right now, people are going to be here looting and messing with us, okay? That being said, we need to establish a security roster for here.
Bro, these guys want someone to loot so fucking bad. They're like, please do a little bit of looting so I can fucking shoot you. Like, that's what they're the most excited. They don't give a fuck about the hurricane relief and recovery. They just want to kill someone, okay? They want to get a legal kill. Just a nation of Kyle Rittenhouses, dude. Just a nation of Kyle Rittenhouses filled to the goddamn brim. What a psychopathic country we live in.
Right, we need to secure ourselves, our persons, right, and our materials. So whoever can put that together, Bert, where you at? All right, work a task order for that, please. That's a primary. It doesn't have to be 10 people walking around with M4s, but like 1 or 2 people, okay? In addition to that, boom, 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 boom. Charlie has a mission right now. Yeah, it's getting close. So she can task order whoever, you know, on that mission, whoever wants to volunteer for that. I don't know how many people they need or what they need. Get with Charlie in regards to that, okay? Let me see here. Any intelligence that you guys have right now, I can't take it all myself. That's why I have an intel team. It's Team Girl Power right there. So I need you guys to go to them and give them any kind of information you need. If that's social media, if that's a person you talked to earlier that has an 80-year-old man up in the mountain that needs help, whatever it is that you feel is pertinent, I need you to go to those ladies. That way they can integrate that into our intelligence infrastructure, because that drives missions, which drives more intelligence and then more missions. Okay, it's like a big wheel. Let me see here. Boom, 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 boom. One thing that really sucks, but we need it right now, is a slit trench. I'm doing everything in my capacity right now to get more porta potties, and also to get a truck here from Fort Bragg to suck those porta potties. I know they're full right now, right?
We got something we can request, but I know the Army has them.
Yep.
National Guard probably has them. Is the shower shoes, and sugar shoes. You know,
Yeah, the shoes. Yep. No, we're working on that, right? But I need a team. I know it's not a sexy mission, but for real, I need a team to make a slit trench, wherever that may be. I don't care. That's your mission. That's your baby, okay? It's a real thing. We can't be like pissing everywhere and doing that, because it's leading to sickness. It's going to lead to some problems, okay? So please take care of that. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, and then in any input, I'm just one man, okay? Just tell me. Any input you got, please help me, and it will adjust, right? I'm open to all criticism, input, whatever. Okay, guys? That's all I got.
Real quick on the help out, not necessarily for.
Except for criticism I might get from goddamn FEMA, which is the Feminist Emergency Medical Association. That's right. They're doing feminism. I've decided. Fuck the feds. Oh my God. We are so fucked. We are so absolutely fucked. We don't need the government, nor do we need Hollywood. Having a plan to avoid government is a sad affair. Total necessity, it's totally necessary, but sad all the same. Dude, is there a single fucking point? Is there a single person in here that's like, hey, maybe the government is telling you not to be there because it's complicating the relief and recovery efforts? Like, not a single comment. We are the people, are the government. Trump needs to hire this guy for sure. Great job to everyone there. Briefing is on point. You could tell it's time for us vets to answer that call again. I need to look into this Christian Rangers. This is why we need support. Recognize all veterans. Have no words. So proud to see these Americans showing what Americans do. I got a strong feeling this cab right here has had some major leadership experience in combat, just the way he's in control of everything. God bless this man for real. Yahshua, bless these his people. Former MP and Army comm specialist, also ham radio license for backup comms. Got my own equipment, Jeep and some equipment. How does one get involved? That guy was my instructor at selection. Dude seemed squared away. He was a Green Beret, absolute Chad and a gray human. That guy is a Green Beret? Oh, we're done. We're done. We're done. No. I don't want to believe that because I still want to believe that like there is at least some selection process. Okay? No, I don't want to believe it. I love that y'all aren't freelancing and coordinating with law enforcement, FD, and EMS on the ground. This is how you logically coordinate ops and integrate into the incident command structure. They are quite literally not doing that. They are quite literally working around everyone. He said he's coordinating with law enforcement and then said the best thing to do is offer civilian help, and then you can maybe hear where there is need. That means they're not coordinating with law enforcement at all. Making backpacks to send out Thursday. Brother, great leader. I can cook for large amounts of people. I have all the equipment. Let me know if y'all need a cook, says Cajun Commander. How leaders lead. This is leadership. Oh my God. Dude, we're so fucking cooked. We're done. We're done, son. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. There is no, like, this right here is not even just a failure of the government, okay? This right here is a uniquely American problem. American individualism and American exceptionalism. When it's together in this circumstance, you see it working in this perfectly chaotic situation where these guys are like, I am the law. I am going to help. And when people that are actually there to help, who are understandably telling them, fuck off, you are ruining these relief efforts, and you're also putting yourself at unnecessary risk for no reason, these guys are like, nah, there must be some secret conspiracy to stop me from helping these people. That's crazy. I have yet to see a single fucking reasonable comment in here. Like, not one person is like, hey, man, I hope you understand that, like, what you're doing, here is putting others in unnecessary risk. During 2020, the wildfires in Oregon, some chuds set up armed roadblocks leading into one of the towns that people were running water into. Dude, not a single comment. Not a single comment being like, hey guys, I hope you know that, you know, you're hurting people. FEMA had to spend some of their fucking resources on building a website to address common fake news, because that's just how things work in America, okay? The dumbest guy you know came up with a theory on the shitter, and now millions of people believe it. FEMA is not blockading people in Florida and preventing evacuations. FEMA does not control traffic flow or conduct traffic stops, which are handled by local authorities. This is a harmful rumor. FEMA only provides loans to disaster survivors. This is false. In most cases, FEMA grants do not have to be paid back. There are some less common situations in which you may have to pay FEMA back if you receive duplicate benefits from insurance or a grant from another source. Applying multiple times for disaster assistance will speed up the process of being approved. Fact: people need to apply for assistance one time per household. Do not resubmit or create a new application. The FAA is restricting access to the airspace for Helene rescue and recovery operations. The FAA is not restricting access for recovery operations. The FAA is coordinating closely with state and local officials to make sure everyone is operating safely in very crowded and congested airspace. FEMA distributes aid based on demographic characteristics. FEMA provides assistance to survivors regardless of race, color, national origin, sex, sexual orientation, religion, age, disability, English proficiency, or economic status. Is that enough still? What? Rumor: FEMA is in the process of confiscating Helene survivor property. If I apply for disaster assistance, my land will be deemed unlivable and my property will be seized. FEMA cannot seize your property or land. FEMA is no longer accepting applications for housing assistance. FEMA is still accepting assistance. FEMA does not have enough money to provide disaster assistance for Helene. FEMA has enough money right now for immediate response and recovery needs. If you are affected by Helene, do not hesitate to apply for disaster assistance. FEMA is asking for cash donations and turning away volunteers. This is false. FEMA does not ask for or generally accept any cash donations or volunteers for disaster response. We do encourage people who want to help to volunteer with or donate cash to reputable, voluntary, or charitable organizations. After a disaster, cash is often the best way to help, as it provides the greatest flexibility for these reputable organizations working on the ground to purchase exactly what is needed. If you encounter someone claiming to represent FEMA and asking for donation, be careful. That is likely a scam. Government employees will never solicit money. Oh,